Hey Harmonizers, welcome to this video with Aoife. She is going on a little road trip where we went to a clinic as a little opportunity for her to travel off-site and prepare for going to the Pennsylvania show. So you can see she is a little bit unsure being in a stall. She's like, why am I in here? What is going on? So a little bit unsettled. And then I brought her in for the first session. So the first Mustang walking in, that's Aoife. So he also came to the clinic, and I'll do a separate video for him later on. And then this is Aoife coming into the ring with me at the beautiful Be Well Stables in Stouffville. It's an absolutely stunning facility, and they have a lot of great services and things going on there. And so they were hosting the Development Days Harmony Horsemanship Clinic, which is a great clinic for learning about the Calm Connection exercises, doing a review of the ABCs, and then figuring out how to progress beyond those basics. So we started off with just kind of getting the horses settled in the arena before playing around with some of the stuff that you can see set up there. And then I'll show you a little bit of the before and then kind of how we settled in and got doing some more stuff. But overall, you can see the horses aren't really worked up. Like, they overall look pretty chill. They settled really quickly, and so we started playing around with some of the obstacles and doing a few of the other things. So for example, there's these two little cones set up, and I do a little 360 turn with Aoife and then ask her to back between the cones. I love using obstacles to try to help the horses put some pieces together and give purpose to some of the exercises. So we're not just backing horses up or going sideways or things like that. We get to do them with some obstacles, which gives a visual. And then here, trotting over the poles, which is a pretty fun thing to practice with her. And when we go to the Pennsylvania Mustang show, there's a possibility that we could be asked to do some poles or a jump, because sometimes they ask them to go over something, so you just never know. And look how beautifully square and straight she stopped. So that's going really, really well. So after playing around with some of the things on the halter and rope, I take off the rope and try a little bit of liberty. So this is her first off-site liberty, first time playing around with that. And it's a great chance to see, what might the show go like when we go to do our freestyle. And you guys are going to see so much variety in this video. There's a whole bunch happening. Right now I'm playing at Liberty, and then you're going to see a next session and see a really neat thing that she does, which pretty much surprised me. But you'll see that coming up in a little bit. But you can see we're playing around with some of the Liberty because I'm trying to see what might this look like at the show. Would you actually still stick with me? Would you get curious and go walk around? And she's doing a great job. Like, she's trotting with me, she's stopping with me, doing the different obstacles. And I left the halter on just in case, because this is our first time doing Liberty off-site. And so just in case I wanted to get her back or needed some assistance there, then I've got the halter just in case. But I'm not holding onto it at all. I'm just guiding her. So here I'm just running, bringing my energy up, and she's trotting along. You can see even with Aoife hanging out in the arena, he's with Esther over there in the corner. She's not going over to see Aoife. She's not going over to see the other people that are watching in the arena. She just stuck with me. So I'm really happy with how that Liberty session goes. And then check out how much more relaxed she is there in the stall. She's just eating the hay, standing, and it really helps when you do a session with the horse and help them understand, oh, okay, like, I'm here with my human, we're doing normal things, and okay, I'm back in the stall and I can just relax and eat and not be as upset as she was earlier. So then later on, while we were just chit-chatting in the group, I brought Aoife out to just hang out with me. And you can see this is a really cool progression. This is really, really neat stuff here, because in the beginning, she's just standing behind me and she's just hanging out, and I'm giving her a loose rope, so she's got some freedom to do a little bit of movement. And you're going to see some pretty cool things here as she is desperate to get my attention and to do something with me. So it starts off with this cute little nuzzling where she just kind of like brings her head over to me and tries to give me some little kisses there. And she's like, can you give me some attention? Why are you talking to these people? And then she tries switching sides and nuzzling my arm a little bit. And she's like, hey, like, can you do something? Can you get up off that block? And can we go do something more interesting? And she does a fair bit of releasing. And then she does this really neat thing where I've sped up the footage just so you can kind of see how she kind of creeps along. But essentially what she ends up doing is blocking the people from me. Like she literally just comes over and positions her body such that she is directly in front of me. And she's like, okay, can I make this any more obvious? Don't look at them, look at me. And then she literally sticks her head in my arms. Like she doesn't know how she can make it any more obvious that she is just begging for my attention to do something. And so I appreciate how polite she's being too. All of the work that I've done to build her trust, but also have passive leadership to maintain some healthy boundaries. And then that way she's not actually pushing me off the block or being rude or doing anything that's dangerous. She's actually just being very respectful and polite and very politely saying, me, pay attention to me. And then this is kind of interesting here. She does a bunch of releasing with her mouth. You can see she's kind of doing these weird yawns and kind of moving around. Then she kind of does this polite little paw stomp, like, hello, more attention, please. But she's still doing a bunch of releasing, and I think coming off of a little bit of adrenaline from being there in general. And then she really just positions her whole body and turns her bum to the people that are watching and filming. And she's just like, okay, like don't pay attention to them whatsoever. So after that, we did some applause work. And you can see there's a little bit of a startle there. She got a little bit worried, so I just praise her for not, totally running away. And then you can see she gets a lot better with the applause. And that's just one of the really nice things to do when you've got other people that can do the applause, to practice that, because taking her to the show in Pennsylvania, I want to try to prepare her as much as I can for the different scenarios that might happen. I want her to be relaxed and confident there. So after we played around, like we had our little chit chat, and then we did some applause. Now I tried Liberty, and this time I actually took the halter off. So she's got no halter, no rope, and this is me seeing how it's happening with literally nothing. So still playing around with a lot of the same things, like doing our trotting, running around. Here I'm asking her to side pass over the poles, but she kind of walked away. So then I'm seeing if I can get her attention back. So she did a little circle, but she comes back really nicely. And then here I ask again for her to do the side passing. So you can see that that's going a lot better there. And then of course, I'm giving her lots of rewards along the way. I want to make sure she knows that there's no reason to even think about leaving me, because I ask for things that she can do and I reward her along the way. This is super cute here. I go to run over the poles and she just follows me at the trot the whole way down to the far end of the arena. And so you could say, like, there's a big draw to go the other way. Like, why not go towards the exit where the other horses are and be back in the barn? But she very much wants to be around me, which is great. And this is a great opportunity for me to see, okay, can you do a freestyle at Liberty? It's letting me answer questions like, are you going to be able to stay with me during the applause, during the distractions, during all the other people with this new environment? And there is no walking around and inspecting and looking at everything. It's just, can you stick with me? And she's doing a really wonderful job, like here, doing a little bit more of the sideways. And I'm also getting to answer the questions like, okay, what kinds of things could we include in a freestyle? What's coming easy to you? What's more challenging for you? Because ultimately a freestyle is the horse's best moments, things that they can do. And a judge doesn't know, was this easy for a horse? Was this hard for a horse? They don't know, did you work several months to teach your horse this? Did your horse learn this in one session? They really don't know. They just can see the variety of skills that your horse can do. So it's important to show a variety of skills, but at the same time, just don't include the things that your horse can't do very well. So I'm figuring out, okay, what do I also have to be careful about? Like, I can include backup between the poles, but she turns a little bit. So can I make sure to keep her straight and be a little bit more careful about all of that? But all in all, I'm super happy with that Liberty session. She stayed with me the whole time, even with all the people and the distractions. So I put the halter and rope back on. And then here's a little look in their outdoor arena. She came and hung out with me while other people were riding in the arena. And it's a huge sand ring or outdoor ring while everybody else is riding around, which is just getting her used to all of the distractions and commotion, just the different things that can be going on. Of course, at the show, it's going to be louder music, people doing all sorts of things, but this is a great opportunity to expose her to some of that going on in the arena. And I thought it was pretty neat. She kept looking like she wanted to lay down and roll. And she did have a lay down and roll. You can see she got dirty on the one side, but we didn't capture it on camera. But I thought, oh, maybe she'll do the other side too. And then super neat that they actually have some bridges there too. So I brought her out to do the bridges. There is going to be a trail class as part of the competition where she'll be asked to do probably a bridge or water box. Not really sure everything that they're going to have. And so it's great to practice asking her to go over different things. And super neat that they've got 3 different bridges, but they're all kind of similar at the same time. And so you can see she kind of slows down. She's not sure. And I just have to kind of politely nudge. And then she goes over a little bit quickly, but she does it. And it takes a couple tries, and then she goes over the bridges pretty nicely. So I'm feeling pretty good about the competition because usually they give you some time for this particular show. They give you time to go in the arena to practice the obstacles ahead of time, which is definitely not a normal thing at all, the obstacle shows. Like if you go to an extreme cowboy show, for example, there's no practicing on the obstacles before the show starts. And for this show, the Mustang show we're going to be heading down to, you usually do. So she doesn't take that long to go over the obstacles anyway. She does do them, so I'm really happy about her willingness to do that. And feeling pretty good about heading down to the competition. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching her prepping for the horse show. Definitely let me know your favorite part, and then I'll keep you posted how the show goes. Thanks for watching.
Remember to subscribe and check out harmonyhorsemanship.com for even more learning.